What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another episode of Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, how are you doing? My name is Jillian and welcome to another caffeinated adventure. Heffas, this time we're at Disney Springs and it is Super Bowl Sunday here in the US. And I figure why not celebrate my love for the Seattle Seahawks by taking you all over here and actually checking out some of the Valentine's Day merch. It occurred to me that I literally have not shown you all what the Valentine's Day merch is giving here at the World of Disney. So we're gonna make our way over there. And also, Heffas, you already know, what is Java and Journeys without a little bit of Java in our lives? So we're gonna stroll on over to Gideon's. We're also gonna check out their specialty cookies and cakes in honor of the month of February, as well as see what kind of cold brews they have going on. So Heffas, do me a favor, we are rolling over 20,000 subscribers deep, and you all know I appreciate all the love, but I need for you all to subscribe. I need for you all to like, I need for you all to comment and engage with your girl, because it is the month of February. This is the month of love. Listen, Heffas, don't make me cut you. It is Black History Month. I don't want to show you that side of myself, so drop down in the comments, show your girl some love, comment on anything that you find deeply interesting, especially when we make our way over to World of Disney. Is there some merch that you see that you're like, oh, that is not giving, or oh yes, this is giving me all the Disney love vibes? Or even at Gideon's, is there something that you feel like you would get if you were actually here, or something that maybe you've tried? Because I'm hoping they bring back some of the specials they had going on last year. With that being said, Heffa Nation, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Go Hawks. Let's get on this journey together. Okay, I need for you all to drop down in the comments, especially for those of you all that are in your NFL bag. I'm gonna be real with you all, I don't really pay attention to anything that goes on with the NFL for various reasons, but I am super excited for the Seahawks because, of course, the last time we were at the Super Bowl facing off against the Patriots, that was the saddest end to a game. And since then, I'm like, yeah, if Seattle's not in it, I'm not going to pay attention. I really hope we don't fumble the ball literally and that things will go down how it did in 2014. So I'm sending out all the love vibes, all the positive vibes to the Seattle Seahawks that we will crush the Patriots. Tom Brady is not there. Belichick is not there. So that's good. I'm not saying it's going to mean an automatic win. No, why am I talking about this? I just told you that I'm not even, I want well for the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? My second husband, Russ, is, Sierra. I don't want to disrespect Sierra. But my used to be second husband before he met Sierra is no longer there. The Legion of Boom is not a thing, but that's okay. I still have my roots in the Pacific Northwest, and I want the Seattle Seahawks to win big. So drop down in the comments if you're someone that has actually been keeping up, or if you care, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Listen, if it's not the Seahawks, just keep your comments actually to yourself. It's like, nah, this Heffa just told us to engage with her. She's actually going to disrespect us because of our choice in sports team. Okay, I guess we won't be too disrespectful. But y'all, also, let me tell you, while we're walking over to the World of Disney, why else I'm here. So I dropped my fur baby off to get groomed because she's getting a little stinky and her nails are getting a little bit too long. So I'm like, baby, she is such a nervous chihuahua. Do you all, like out there in Heffa fam, do you have fur babies? I would love to know, do your fur babies like getting groomed, especially if you have a dog or a cat out there? My fur baby, Miley, I feel so bad for her, y'all. She was just shaking. I should have filmed this so y'all could have seen it. She shakes and she just gets so nervous. It doesn't matter if you put a thunder jacket on her or whatever, like when she cannot do well with crowds. And she's a very sweet dog. Like, she's not gonna bite or anything like that. She's not aggressive, thankfully. But she just is so afraid. And my husband and I adopted our fur baby a long time ago from the Seattle Humane Society. And she's just always been like that. And they suspect that it was probably because she came from a hoarding situation as a puppy. and she wasn't socialized. And I was hoping, y'all, that she would have grown out of it. And she has gotten better. Like, to be fair, if we ever have like company over, she used to just like hide under furniture or whatever. She would never come out. Now she just kind of like run around a little bit. So she's gotten a little bit better, but I just feel for her so much. I do. Because she was just shaking like a leaf when I was at the groomer show. Look at the crowds. This is crazy. It is a Sunday, so it's always busy out here. My stupid self was thinking, oh, Super Bowl Sunday, like even at the groomers, y'all, I was like, oh, it's not going to be that busy. Like people are just going to be chilling at home. I don't know why, like silly me. The groomers was busy. It was like a long line to get her checked in, get her settled. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take some time out with my Heffa fam and show them some of this Valentine's Day merch, because I'm like, I haven't even gotten into that at all. And I'm also not going to hold you all. A lot of that is because I've seen some of the Valentine's Day merch and I honestly didn't think it was that exciting, but that's just me. I'd be really curious, Heffa fam, to see what you all think about the Valentine's Day merch. And also, what I'm more interested in is just see what Gideon's is giving, especially with their cold brew. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. But yeah, so I got my fur baby checked in. She's at the groomers right now. And I'm like, let me go ahead and hop on over here, spend some time with my Heffa fam, and then make a grocery store run. This is not going to be a part of the footage, but if you all are interested in like seeing more of like my day-to-day like vlog, like at home vlogging, let me know what you would like. But I'm going to make a grocery store run, get some last minute like Super Bowl treats, and then go home and wait for the game. Y'all, I am pumped for Bad Bunny. I am pumped. And I don't know all of Bad Bunny's like music. I don't know the name of all of his albums, but he is such a great entertainer. I have seen clips and snippets of his like stadium shows. Y'all, it's crazy. The shows, like Bad Bunny is that entertainer. And not that I want to compare Bad Bunny to the Queen, but Bad Bunny gives me so much that like he cares about making sure, oh my God, y'all, look at Gideon. So I'm walking by Gideon's right now, y'all, heading over to the World of Disney. And we've talked about this before. I will tell you, this is not that bad. This is typical. So if ever you come out here to Disney Springs, because a lot of people love to go to Gideon's, the line is going to be giving like this 9 times out of 10, unless you get out here first thing in the day. These lines, and I have waited all the way back like this before, and y'all, typically I've never waited longer than like 30 minutes, 20 minutes tops. And I will say you'll know that the line is crazy if they ever switch over to a virtual queue. If they switch over to a virtual queue, then you're in a little bit of trouble, because the virtual queue truly means that the wait is going to take like an hour plus. And if that is the case, then baby, there's a lot of opportunities to shop, to eat, to spend your money, and keep filling the coffers of the one and only Mickey Mouse. So there's other things you can do to occupy your time. But I'm like, that line, it looks way more intense than what it is. So yeah, y'all, we're just gonna hang on out here. I'm going to check back in because we're almost there at the World of Disney. But I was hoping, y'all, that it would not be as busy. But lo and behold, of course it's crazy out here because the tourism never stops, especially here in Central Florida. So I'm gonna keep heading on over to World of Disney, and I'll check back in with you all shortly. Heffa fam, we are getting closer to the World of Disney. And I am really interested to see what you all think about some of this merch. Like I said, I, like low-key, was not that impressed by it. But I also don't know that I've seen all of it, y'all, to be fair. So let's check this out together. And again, like y'all, these crowds are like crazy. So hopefully we'll be able to get through here intact and in one piece, y'all. Let's go. Y'all, this may have, y'all, why do I always do this to myself? Let me also just say, and y'all, my sunglasses are prescription, so that's why I don't even feel like trying to switch to my other glasses. I'm like, so we're just gonna feel out the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why I always do this to myself. And this is one of the things where I'm like, if I ever had the opportunity to become a full-time content creator, I cannot wait to be able to hit up places like this, like during the day, early, when it's least busy. But y'all, I see some of the Valentine's Day merch, so let's have a look. Now y'all, some of this I imagine too is just gonna be around as well, but you're getting a lot of the pink vibes over here. And no, you're okay. And you also see here, Heffa fam, where it says True Love's Gift. So let's check out and see if these gifts are actually going to be giving. So let's get into this mug, because you all know I love a good mug, but I feel like y'all, I've seen this before, even outside of the like Valentine's Day holiday season. But this mug is gonna run you $19.99, so basically 20. Y'all know I like to round up and keep things cute and simple. Here's the lounge fly here. And y'all, you know these lounge flies are typically $79.99. Let's see if your girl is right. No, this one's 80 bucks, y'all. So yep, I pretty much hit the nail on the head with that. Let me also duck around here, y'all, and show you some of the tops. Now we have this long sleeve, and this just says Walt Disney World on it. And y'all, honestly, I kind of feel like this is looking a bit more like holiday-ish. Let's see how much this costs. This is gonna run you, y'all, $60, so $59.99. And I don't think, yep, nothing on the back. Do you all see what I mean? Do you all think this is cute? I just am kind of like underwhelmed. Okay, let's check around. Okay, y'all, we have this here, Walt Disney World, Park Hopper Dinner. Y'all, and now I'm like not sure that this is even like exactly Valentine's Day, but this is like adjacent, and it's just so busy and crowded. So I'm like, I'm just gonna roll over here. But like, I don't, yo, look at this. I don't know. This is not, is it just me, y'all? I mean, let me know. And this shirt is gonna run you $36.99, so $37. Okay, let's get back on over here now that's kind of cleared up just a little bit. Y'all, check out this long sleeve with a collar, and then you have Cinderella's castle and a little bow. I mean, this one's cute, I guess. Like, it just depends on what your style is. Again, y'all, this is just not me at all. But this one's gonna run you, y'all, this is $59.99, so 60 bucks here. And oh, okay, y'all, there actually is some on the back. Okay, this makes it a little bit more, I think, enticing. So the most magical place on earth, Walt Disney World. Okay, so like, I think this one, now that seeing that there's actually design on the back too, this could be cute. Again, depending on the style that you're going for, this is a bit too preppy for me, but y'all, that's just me. You may love it. So again, drop down in the comments. Tell me if you see anything that's really interesting. We have here for $49.99, basically $50. We have the Minnie Mouse. This is cute. Tote bag. And y'all, I've seen a lot of people with these, and they have them in like all sorts of the characters. Let me show y'all what the back looks like, because there is actually something on the back. Let me see if I can grab this here. Aww, Minnie, yes. I wish that this was smaller, y'all. Like same shape, but something that, because I've seen people with these that I'm just like, I don't know that I want to walk around with something this large. Like, it feels like it would be cumbersome to me, but that's just me. And then we have the headband here, the mouse ears. Now, I will tell you all, I love the pearl. The pearl mouse shape, Mickey Mouse shape, that is super adorable. I love that detailing. And y'all, these are gonna run you, and typically the ears are like $39.99. It just really depends. And I think with that pearl, let's see if I can find I will circle back with you all, Heffa, to let you know, because I don't actually see a price, but knowing this is probably going to be like $36.99, $39.99. I will circle back and let you all know if I can find something. And we have this zip-up jacket here, and this is $59.99, $60 basically. And then here's the back. This is cute. But y'all, you see how I am out here, like no jacket, no scarf. This weather is crazy. So right now it's 70 and it's probably gonna cool down, of course, in the evening. But like, it's hard to buy all these long sleeves as someone who loves herself a crew neck, because the weather here is just so like hot and typically more on the warm side. So you feel less inclined to get all these like jackets, but it comes in clutch during this time of year, especially when it cools off in the evening. Check out this shirt. And we have Minnie Mouse's bow right here. And then of course it says Walt Disney World on the corner. And to give you all a little bit, this is like rhinestones. So that's nice. Nothing on the back at all, Heffas. And let's see, this shirt, y'all, is gonna run you, so 40, that's a $46.99, so 47, y'all. And it's probably a little bit more than like the standard shirts because it has like the rhinestones here. We have, of course, like some little jewelry for little princesses out there. Oh, okay, y'all, we have a few more. I do think these are cute. What do you think? These crew necks? So this is gonna run you all $59.99, so $60. But this is the front of this crew neck. And then let's see if there's anything, nothing on the back. And y'all, we have a few more, I think like pink adjacent shirts, but we pretty much covered like most of the bulk of what is available for the Valentine's Day season. We have this shirt, this is cute. And we have like, I think like all the like kind of Disney princess-esque shoes and hearts and mirrors and like the little accessories, mind you. Nothing on the back here. And y'all, this is gonna run you $42.99, so $43 essentially. And y'all, we have a different set of mouse ears here. These are super adorable. So I like this one. I also, again, like the one with the pearl at the top. This one definitely gives you the Valentine's Day vibes. And y'all, as I was saying, $36.99. So I'm assuming as well that the other ones are $36.99 too. So I'm like, I know my Disney merch. I've been at this for too long. But it's just, you know, the shiny pink on the back, but the front is where you get all the hearts and that quintessential Minnie Mouse red bow. So what do you all think? That's pretty much like it. I am gonna go over to like the Disney home section because typically that's where they have the tumblers and everything. And we'll see if there's any kind of like Valentine's Day-esque tumblers. But like, did you all think any of that was exciting? Be real with me, Heffas, because I don't know if it's just me. And like, this is something that like, as someone who has too much Disney merch, I'll tell you right now, like the things that I think are quality, and again, it's gonna always be from my perspective versus the things where I'm like, okay, this is worth the money. I'm disappointed with a lot of that. Like, I think that there are other like Etsy shops and independent sellers that have far cuter merch. Like, I'm actually a little bit disappointed by some of it because I'm just like, when you're gonna be spending 37, 38, jumping into the 40s and then going into the 50s, it's like you want something that feels like good quality, and all of that, y'all, just kind of felt like a phoned in situation. I am over in the Disney home section right now, and Heffas, I'm trying to see if there is any like Valentine's Day-esque tumblers, because I have seen one that has like a bunch of hearts on it that I'm on the hunt for just so I can show you all. And I think they had this last year, but you know, sometimes my memory can get a little bit foggy. But y'all, I don't think I'm seeing it. So they may have either sold out of it or they're not selling it, because typically they have a lot of the tumblers here. And if you all saw my Festival of the Arts video, you would have seen these tumblers. But I'm not seeing, because there's this one that I have seen, I want to say, was it maybe at Magic Kingdom? Y'all, I'm just going to check around this corner over here before we completely phone it in. But it has like a bunch of hearts and everything on it. I don't think, all right, I am not seeing it, y'all, at all. So I'm going to go back out toward the front, because there's one other place where they could potentially have it. But otherwise, that was it on the Disney merch. And y'all, that's why I really have not been on the Disney Valentine's Day merch. Because when I started seeing some of this, like earlier, oh, y'all saw my rival walking by me with his Patriots, almost went boo. And good fun, y'all, because I really don't care. I do not care. Some people get so worked up. It's disappointing when you see your faves, like your teams, lose. Sorry, excuse me. But like, y'all, I'm like, I'm not about to lose my mind. Ooh, okay, y'all. So I will show you again. This is probably going to be around. It's not necessarily like Valentine's Day specific, but I think cute and something that I did get. And this was at one of my trips. So y'all, check out this Spirit tee. It says Walt Disney World on the back, but y'all, I love the detail because it's pearl. It's so cute. And this is gonna run you, it's $79.99. And here's the front. It has the little, D Disney logo, but I love this. And y'all, thank God, I am so happy to be an annual pass holder and to get a little bit of a discount on some of these things, especially after I said that I'm not gonna spend any more money on Spirit tees because they're expensive, but I love the detailing on this. We're approaching, yes, I see y'all, the tumbler. So this table, depending on what side you enter in on World of Disney, typically has like the seasonal merch right on display. And so you all see a lot of what we just looked at right here on this table, and a couple little additions. So we have this tote bag that is super cute, and right now they have it $29.99, which is really cool. And I think that is with a purchase of 40 or more. So $29.99 if you purchase other items. Let me see if we can find out. I'll see if I can see y'all what if you were just to get the tote itself, like what that is. But here are the tumblers that I had mentioned to you all. So look at this. This is truly cute. And you see it says like Soarin' Sweethearts, Mickey and Minnie, My Greatest Adventure, Main Street Valentine, glittery. So y'all, this is just super cute. I also like the straw, that it is different colors. And then we see Mickey and Minnie, of course, celebrating their love right there on the top of the lid. So $34.99, and y'all, I think this is adorable, but I feel like they had this last year or something that looked very similar to this last year. So Heffas, I'm not certain how much the tote is alone. I tried looking around, I couldn't figure that out. So you all see it. But they also have this Minnie Mouse blanket that I think is cute. This is what it looks like when it's unfolded. And this is $44.99, so 45 bucks essentially. Heffas, let's go ahead and roll up on out of here because it is wild. And my patience can only go but so far. So we are out. Oh my gosh, y'all. Going back, this is it is just so insane how perpetually busy the World of Disney is. And again, if you were to ask me, Jillian, what is the best time of day? My family, we're visiting Disney Springs, or maybe you're a local and you're like, I don't really go to Disney Springs that often. I'm going to make my pilgrimage out there. I want to make a pit stop at the World of Disney, or just in general, when is the best time to come out here? Heffas, there really is no. best time in terms of when you are not going to have any crowds. It's either when you're going to have the least amount of crowds. And I personally think that the earlier in the day you can come out here, the better. And if you have the luxury of time, if you can come out during the weekday, especially, that's when it is a lot easier to navigate and get around here, because it is pretty much busy like this all day. And of course, on the weekends, like it's a donezo. I would say if you were like me, because, excuse me, because you got that job, you're working to pay the bills, the best you can do if you want to leave with your sanity intact is to come out here as early as you can on the weekends. So right when things start opening up, which I'm going to guesstimate, because depending on what shop you're trying to go into, that most things here are probably opening up. Like a lot of the restaurants, a lot of them serve breakfast or brunch. A few of them serve that on the weekend, so they're open at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Otherwise, I would like to think that most things around here open up around 8 or 9, but the earlier the better, especially if you could only come out here on the weekends. And then of course, like the evenings are just like a hit or miss in terms of the size of the crowds. I prefer coming out here. I mean, if I had the luxury of time, y'all, I would rather come out here like during the middle of the week, early in the day. But your girl is working a job, okay? And she is not trying to get in any trouble. We have meetings to go to, back to back to back, all day, every day. But I would say that that is essentially Heffa's the best time to come out here. So the weekends, if I have to come out here during the week, which you all have seen me film a lot during the weekday, I don't mind coming out here in the evenings, especially when it's not like July, it's not summer season. Typically it's a little bit cooler. It's nighttime. It's not as bad. But like, gosh, y'all, summertime out here, especially World of Disney, and it's hot, it's sticky, ugh. I've said this before, I sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna continue to say it again to all my Heffas out there. If you can avoid coming out here in the summer, just don't. Just don't. But I get it, because a lot of us do not have that luxury to just like pick and choose your family. If you're able to come out on a vacation, like it's most convenient to come out in the summer when the kids aren't in school, or when there's like a major break, like spring break or whatever. Oh my gosh, y'all, March is gonna be hellacious for sure. But y'all, we have made our way over to Gideon's. So I'm gonna go ahead and stand in this good line. Let's look and see what specials are going on right now. All right, Heffas, check out this menu. So again, Gideon's is giving us all the Valentine's Day vibes with the celebration of some Valentine's Day morsels. Let's check out what the menu is giving on the back. So here we are at Heffa's, the month of February. Gideon's is leaning into Strawberry Delight. So harkening back to the chocolate covered strawberry cream in your vintage Valentine's Day box. Ooh, y'all see, I don't like those candies. Did y'all ever get into that? Like the candies where it was like that cream filled like strawberries or cherries. It was like cheap and ugh. So I hope that this is an elevated, surely, right, elevated version of that, because I pretty much am not into like those cream delight kind of situations. But we'll see what it's giving, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, and so I'm really curious to see what everything's going to look like. But if we zoom in up close, something else I'm interested in trying, y'all, outside of seeing what the flavors are going to be giving, but we see that like fire and ice cold brew over here, Heffa's. I am interested in that, because like a chocolate nitro with a warm and spicy finish, yes ma'am, I cannot wait to see what that is giving. But that's pretty much what we can look forward to when we get inside Gideon's. And again, last year they had this great cookie, and it was that play on like the chocolate warm and spice flavors, and it was like a like Mexican spicy chocolate. The cookie actually had chiles, and I was hoping that they would have actually brought that cookie back. So I'm curious to see what these other cookies are going to be giving. So TBD, y'all, but I will let you all know how long the line actually is because one of the employees was saying it's going to take about 45 minutes. I have never waited that long. I'm like, the only thing you could pick are cookies, cakes, or cold brew. That's literally it. So we'll see, y'all. I will say the line is not really moving at all. Here's where we're at right now. So I will, oh, and lo and behold, as I said it, the line is actually now starting to move just a little bit. So I'll keep myself honest. I'll let you all know the tea when I get to the top. So friends, it's actually been getting closer to the 45-minute mark, which y'all, I am really shook because I was like, no, it's not going to be that long because I'm literally not used to that. Like typically they'll be like, oh, it's going to be like 45 minutes. Oh, it's going to be an hour. And I've waited like 20, 30 minutes and I have been that far back. So this time the time frame has been a little bit more accurate, but that's okay. We're about to go in. We're at the top here and looking forward to getting into some of those treats. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, friends, so we have made it in. And you know that Gideon's gives all the Tim Burton vibes over here. So this is your first time coming with me over into Gideon's. Welcome. It always looks like this all year round. So don't you worry about trying to come on in here for like spooky season, y'all. Gideon's is serving up the spooky vibes and giving us all the Tim Burton goodness 24/7. All right, Heffas, here is the Strawberry Delight cookie over here. And then they have their regulars, the pistachio toffee chocolate chip, the original chocolate chip, and then going over to the banana, and then as well as the internal flame. So this is the one that I think has the spicy chiles. If it's the same one that I believe that they had last year, you can kind of see that right here. So I am definitely looking forward to getting that one and even checking out that Strawberry Delight. And don't you worry, we're going to get into these cakes. Here, Heffas, we have the chocolate chip cake as well as a strawberry cream cake. And right next to the strawberry chocolate chip cake, they have the internal flame cake slice, which that looks really good, y'all. And I'm not going to hold you all. The strawberry cream cake, I don't know, it's making me nervous. Like she's looking a little dry. The internal flame cake looks a bit more moist, so I think I'm going to try that cake slice. And then the last cake here on the end is a cinnamon roll cake, which I don't think I've had that. But again, y'all, I'm feeling like that internal flame cake may be where it's at because these ones are looking, the other ones are looking a little bit dry. And then they have a few other of their standard issue cookies here, y'all. Cookies and cream, peanut butter crunch, original triple chocolate chip, and pistachio. And Heffas, I am at the end of the line, so I was rushing through those pretty quickly. But I think I'm also going to check out that cold brew because, again, what is Java and Journeys without a little bit of Java? So I think we're going to get into that and see if it's going to give us the sweet and spicy vibes. Here is our fire and ice cold brew Heffas. And then, of course, I have my cake slice and cookies here in the back below. But you all know how we like to do things here at Java and Journeys. Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this very special caffeinated Super Bowl adventure. Ooh, y'all, that's nice. Ooh, so you definitely get that spice on the kick, but like the chocolate, nitro, cold brew is a really nice base, y'all. And typically I get nervous with Gideon's cold brews because I feel like they tend to be on the sweeter side. This actually tastes perfect. I just love that kick at the end. It's not over the top. Even if you're someone where you're like, I don't want things to be too hot, too spicy, This is truly like you have that icy start and then a nice smooth spicy finish. And definitely the Valentine's Day fiery love, burning love feel. With that being said, Heffas, I want to also follow up with you all around how good the cake slices are, or the cake slice and the cookies are. So I'm not going to leave you hanging. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pick up my little fur baby from the groomers, and we're going to take this party on home. Baby has been picked up. Look at her, y'all. She looks so clean. We're now going to pick up our last little bit of food that we need for the Super Bowl, huh, Mama? And then get home.
So
Y'all,
fresh
she
and so
is.
clean. All right, Mommy.
Y'all, my mom's on the line. We're going to go ahead and head on out.
So fresh and so clean,
Yes, so fresh and so clean.
Ain't nobody don't pass me up.
Do y'all
Go ahead
see how
on.
you can't take everyone everywhere? I just want to let y'all know that. You really can't.
No, that's biblical. You can't take them all.
We have made it back home. It is well into the evening and the Super Bowl is almost over. The Seahawks are up 29-7 on the Patriots. So I'm pretty confident they're going to win. There's only a few more minutes left in the game. So I wanted to touch base with you all because of why not celebrate a win, but with our Gideon. So let's go ahead and get into what we purchased earlier, Heffas. Here is our internal flame cookie. We have the strawberries and cream cookie. And then we also have the eternal flame cake. Let's try each of these out. And this cookie, I mentioned that I've had this one before. So if it's as good as I remember it being, here's the inside of that cookie, very dense. But again, it's kind of like that cold brew. We had the fire and ice. It should have like that chocolatey goodness with that kick. So I'm getting a lot of cherry, a lot of chocolate. The spice is there. It's a kick at the end. It's like how it finishes. Not as spicy as I would like it on the end, but I'm getting it. That's the thing with these like cookies, Heffas. I feel as if these flavors that Gideon works with when it's like chocolate and spice, it's always that kick at the end. Cherry is a nice flavor. I wish I had a stronger kick, but still really good. And again, here's an up close look at that chunk right there. You see like the cherry. And I thought it was chilies at the top, but I think that these are cherries. Yeah, definitely cherries. And the cookies from Gideon's, especially when it's the chocolate on chocolate, so rich, so decadent. We need to cleanse our palate here. I'm just drinking a tea. So very nice. I would say the only thing that I would want is more of a spice kick at the end, but you still get it. And this is for me because I think, again, if you're someone that you don't like a lot of spice, you want that little hint, you could do this, trust me. It's not going to be something that's so spicy you can't enjoy it. Let's get into the strawberry cream. Here's the inside. Again, very dense. You're not going to get a lot of layers in this. That strawberry flavor, y'all, is so fresh. It does not taste artificial at all. And I always get nervous when it comes to things that are fruit flavored. That cookie is like a chocolate covered strawberry. That's exactly what that is, with some type of like maybe a cream glaze on top. This is delicious. And although this cookie is dense, it doesn't taste as heavy as the internal flame cookie. I love the milk chocolate chips. Y'all, that's bomb. That's bomb. That is delicious. So I have to say, between the two cookies, both good cookies, but I think I'm feeling a little bit more of that strawberry cream than I am the internal flame. Because the internal flame is so rich. And again, I wish it had a little bit more of that spice kick, though it is there at the end. The strawberry cream cookie just tastes like you're biting into a chocolate covered strawberry. That is really good. So if I had to rate things out of Heffas, because you all know that we like to rate things out of 5 Heffas, I would say the internal flame, I would give that a 3. The strawberry and cream cookie, I would give that a 4. That is so delicious. I almost want to take another bite, but we still have our cake slice we need to get into. So let's try that. Y'all, I'm eyeballing the game here. They're getting the Gatorade ready to pour on the coach. All right, still got time. American football takes a long time to get through. So even though the game may show like a few minutes, 30 seconds, it can still drag out. So we're good, Heffas. Let's take one more bite. And let me show you all like putting my fork into this, because we want to make sure that she is going to be moist. So y'all see that? My cake, my fork just goes right into that cake. Here we go here. Let's get a better shot of that. Okay, she is looking very moist, because y'all, the other two cakes, the cinnamon bun cake and the other cake that was there, the strawberry cream cake, y'all, they were looking a little dry. So who knows? I didn't want to risk it for the biscuit. I'm like, let me just go, because I had that gut feeling. Let me go with what I think I know is going to be moist. Let's try this out. Y'all, very moist. Very moist. I'm about to get another bit of this cake. And the icing, a lovely cherry flavor. A lovely cherry flavor. And again, I get a kick. The kick is actually the faintest in the cake. It's more faint in the cake than it is in the cookie, but it's there. It's how it finishes. So moist. And y'all, I'll tell you what, Gideon's cakes, sometimes it can be so hit or miss. Some of their cakes may have the flavor, but it's a bit dry or a bit too dense. That chocolate cake layer, and you have that cherry icing, the spice at the end, that finish. She is good. I'm trying to think of which one I would recommend, because the cake, I think even the cherry flavor is a bit more prominent in the cake. I think it just depends on what you're in the mood for, because I know some people are more cookie people than they are cake people, and then vice versa. Personally speaking, I think I'm leaning more on the cake. I just love me a moist chocolate cake. Like, you can't go wrong with that. And that strawberry cream cookie, it's all love. Over here, I have love for all of these treats. I definitely will rank this cake as a 4 for sure. And again, like y'all, I have to take another bite. I can't even hold you. Like, I just love the fact that the cherry icing actually tastes like a fresh cherry. Yeah, I'm not mad at any of this. I'm happy that I followed my gut. I wanted to try that strawberry cream cake so bad, but your girl got a little nervous, so I'm happy I went with what I went with. Y'all, this is so good. What a great way to celebrate a win, a Super Bowl win for the Seahawks, as well as that little added way of feeling the Valentine's Day vibes. I'm not mad at any of this. Heffas, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Tell me, would you be interested in trying any of these treats? And also that merch that we saw at the World of Disney today, did any of that actually look good to you? Because like I said, I wasn't really feeling most of it. Thank God. I'm like, for once, there's merch that I do not care to buy from Disney. Thank God. My wallet is feeling much happier today. With that being said, Heffas, I will catch you on the next caffeinated adventure. Have a good one and go Hawks. Bye.